My name is Nassine Sabs.
Let me ask you a question. Has anything ever happened to you that you couldn't explain? That made you feel sort of foolish when you tried to tell somebody about it? Well, if it has, you have plenty of company, as you'll soon see.
What's your name?
Dr. Russell Welch,
Dr. Russell Welch.
better known as Assist Tishrod, the research scientist turned federal agent, turned cryptologist.
Oh, that's amazing.
And then occasionally I get calls and I go downstairs, get into a black SUV, drive 2 miles to the saucer base, get in my ship, and go to the Mars colony or to the temporal anomaly around Saturn.
Oh, that's awesome.
Or go to Venus colony, depending on what I was assigned to at the time in order to work with the consortium.
Oh, man. How is it there?
Dangerous, strange.
Yeah.
I had to work with creatures you wouldn't ever want to meet on any time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even want to know exist. Except for the golden triangle heads, they're awesome. I like those guys.
I never heard of them before.
Their heads are shaped like this.
Oh.
And they're gold heads, sort of red with orange rimmed eyes.
Yeah.
They're not, and they don't show up until they are experiencing things around them. Otherwise, you just see a golden head on its shoulders and arms and legs.
That's pretty impressive.
You know, they're really benevolent beings. Anshar are benevolent too. And Anshar work in multiple languages, and they have their own liaisons that do sign language and alien wording for the consortium to understand what they're dealing with. They're taking an active role in taking over Earth, because or at least taking it over from 22 alien races that run this map, 360,000, 376,000, since the Draco came in and raided.
Oh.
We have underground, the Earth isn't hollow, it's honeycombed with huge cavernous areas that have underground cities. Some of them are human, some of them are raptor type beings with a plum of hair and feathers go down their back that are reptilian, that move very fast and eat humans. There are other reptiles down there called the Draco, 12-foot tall, white, royal Draco reptilians from the Alpha Draconis system. They basically took over the Earth, retooled man down to a lesser being so they can manipulate it into a tool with it and feed on it, including the energies that you emit when you get angry, enraged, fearful, terrorized. Emotionally, they drain emotional energies off people.
Oh, that's...
But they also eat humans.
Oh, well, them.
We've been trading human lives for technology for over 78 years.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They ask us for what they want, we give it to them.
What else should we do?
Die,
Yeah.
because it's about to happen. There's an event back in '43. The Greys came in New Mexico, crash landed in a ravine. The debris field was just confetti field of some of the stuff that came out. The reactor cores blew, and some of the pieces that came off the back of the ship as it hit the ground. About a mile and a half from the farmer's field where the debris was originally seen, they did retrieve a saucer. 3 aliens dead, 1 live. We called that one EB1. It gave us a language syntax to work with. It was damaged, he was injured. He wasn't worried about death. He understood that death was a process, and then they could just, their people would take their energy and package consciousness and all, their light body, and drop it into another clone. And they just wake right back up.
Wow.
They're very loving, very, very beautiful beings. People think of them as horrific because they do abductions against their will. They don't. They will, their handshake and wait for their abduction. Questions in my mind about where we came from, what was going on. They answered those instantly. In telepathics, everything is very clear. It's mind-to-mind transfer. Our mouths get in our way. You know what I'm saying? It's called telepathic downloading.
That's very interesting. My family lives
All of
there.
Georgia, all of Alabama,
No, hold on.
all of
Wait a
Mississippi,
minute, because
all of
I get
Mississippi.
a little worried.
The Mississippi will widen 100 miles across its base. Above Mississippi itself, it will go
So you're
into
telling me that Florida's gonna be
Wisconsin
underwater?
will be underwater completely.
But my family lives there. Should I tell them, like...
You better tell them to relocate further westward. Nebraska would probably be better because you're out of the way of everything there.
Yeah.
Um, the event horizon is about to occur, and I
Well-
found out about, was discovered by Dr. Harrington in 1983, working at the Naval Observatory in Nova Scotia. They, at that point, he was looking for Planet X. They found it.
Planet X.
Yeah, Nibiru Nemesis, the round dwarf star with 5 little planets. One is a little larger little planet. It's my planet. Get out.
Yeah.
There's a place you can go. I said, young man. When you shiver on your dough, you can't stay there.
Anyway, he's gay as can be. Anyway, so what happens is he found this and he brought it to the World Science Commission. They acknowledged his work a little bit. Secret Service, along with Air Force intelligence, gapped him up, took him to the
I have a
Pentagon.
question. Are there aliens on Earth?
More aliens you could possibly imagine.
Yeah, the
We have
Earth is
seven-
honeycomb, right?
We have 78 different races of aliens. That's sort of overseeing the 22 that have separate projects with Earth. Mankind is like a bacteria in the petri dish. We're a created being for the planet. The base that they work with is the backside of the moon. They have their own bases.
Okay.
They
'Cause, I mean,
have,
to be honest, I always felt like there's going to be other lives outside of Earth.
yeah,
There's no way that we're all alone in the universe, but
not even close.
I didn't know there were aliens on Earth, like
Oh,
living here.
We
And
have
center.
them, we have them
He was-
on the surface walking among us too.
Really?
Oh yeah, they are hybrids.
How do we know if they're aliens?
They have hybrids. Well, we don't know. I do, but you have a hard time. You have to see differences
In
in
their
eyes,
eyes?
skin texture. I'm more reptilian than I'm human, really. I tried to explain there are some that come from the inner earth that are part of the Avalon group.
Avalon.
Yeah, those that are part of what they call the Shaver energies in Shasta that were Lemurian at one point. They're about 2 miles under the surface.
Oh, wow.
And they're in subterranean city. The Atlanteans had already had left their island when it started to sink 12,500 years ago, or 12,600 years ago. I found out that we were recreated by the Draco with reptilian and mammalian DNA. The first 6 weeks of the embryonic development of a fetus is reptilian.
Wait, of the what?
The embryo of your child, as you're carrying it,
Right.
it starts off reptilian.
Reptilian.
Completely reptilian. No hands, no arms. Looks like a
Like
a
like a
reptile,
little lizard. Or something.
like a little lizard.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what they do, and then after 6 weeks, the mammalian DNA kicks in. Hands come out, feet come out, and they start to extend a little bit.
Right.
The tail starts to recede.
Oh, that. Yeah.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
The tail recedes. Then it tucks under as the tailbone, called the coxium.
Right.
But originally we were reptilian. And mammalian DNA was taken because it was part of the Lyran DNA that was already here, that were the great white giants that walked the earth. They were destroyed 3 times and redeveloped.
Now, my question is, can aliens reproduce with humans?
Yes, they can. And in fact, you can also, stem cell research you've been doing and cloning has been done for millions of years throughout the galaxy and other galaxies too. Civilizations can come and go in a period of 10 million, 20 million years, never even be understood that they were even here.
Right.
But the DNA could be gathered at various points and taken to various other locations and recreate various attributes of that,
Is there,
mixing, blending various species.
is there parallel universes?
That's uncountable number. But that's not the issue here. We're dealing with 3D here. We're dealing with biological problems. When the Lyrans were in a battle with the Draco and the Alpha Draconis system, the Draco, the rest of the galaxy was starting to form a peace treaty in the world.
Yeah.
What do you think of gender and how humans have been evolving as far as gender goes? Like, do you feel like in the future maybe gender might become one thing, or is it?
Well, when the embryo is first born, it's androgynous. It's not male or female.
Right.
Then it chooses its sex. Okay. Point is here,
I don't know
is
how.
it doesn't matter if you're male or female. It doesn't matter from what walk of life. The DNA of the human species that's originated here, that was brought here by the Lyrans, was raided. The nest was raided. It didn't have time to gestate. What happened was when the Draco came in, they retooled the human DNA. They retooled it down, retooled us into mammalian reptilian form. But the genetic now, with the advent of what's happening in the solar systems and in this part of the galaxy, because we entered the galactic equator plane in 1997. After 1997 to 2012, we were entering into a portion of it called the Dark Rift, the densest part of the cosmic particles that change suns and whole solar systems, and coerces them with photonic energy and causes them to change their output and their dispensation energy. But the whole planet is about to morph. It's about to change. The human race is about to change. There's going to be a death of about 5/6 of the population of the whole globe. A little more than that, maybe. Probably maybe 700 million left alive. The rest will all die. The planet, after a short period of time, will be wiped out. It will be hit so hard. It'll look like a fried rock. It'll burn.
Interesting. Thank you for sharing all your knowledge
Okay,
with us.
no. This is what is important. Nibiru, which is with the brown dwarf star, its gravitational effect because it's 5 times larger than Earth. Nemesis is 4 times larger than Jupiter. And it's in our solar system already. You can't see it because you can't see it now. It gives off a lot of heat and no light. The planet itself is not getting any light from its star, so you're not seeing much of it. But it does turn a little orangish color, and the horizon and the southern horizon here. Here down in Antarctica, you can see it real clearly. When the sun comes up, there's an orange sun, a little smaller than the sun, next to it. It's between Mars and Jupiter right now, and it's about to come in closer. It'll do 5 rotations around the sun to a tight line, and it'll ricochet back out for another 3,500 years, 600 years. 652.